My name is Soipan Tuya. I am an advocate of the High Court of Kenya and recently got elected as the first women representative for Narok County.
And can you tell us how you made it to become elected? This seat was not given to you. You got both men and female votes. How are you able to go about your campaign? How are you able to convince the Maasai men in that community to vote for you as a woman?
I must start by saying that contrary to what people think out there, the women rep seat is even harder than the seats that the men are fighting for, the members of parliament are fighting for. One, we had a vast terrain to cover. You will realize that when I go to parliament, I will be a member of parliament just like any other member of parliament, but I represent the whole county. So I had to traverse 6 constituencies to campaign. So that was one of the biggest challenges the women representatives had to deal with. And secondly, is that you are a woman for the first time seeking an elective post, taking a leadership position within the community. This position still came with challenges. And particularly for me, I'm young, I am not married, and that came with its own challenges. And interestingly, even from my women opponents, who thought that a young and married girl should not take up the position of a women representative. They said the seat should go to mature, older women who know how to relate with their husbands and know how to take care of their homes. And for me, that was really beside the issue. And I didn't have to fight that by, responding to them. What I did is, of course, focusing on issues. And luckily, I was able to convince my supporters. I happened to garner the highest number of votes in the county, higher than all the other seats, including the governor and the senator.
Can you talk about villages? Some of the things that affect your society, especially female genital mutilation, which has been a major challenge that has led to a lot of girls either getting to early marriages or even dropping out of school.
I always like to say that the Maasai culture is a great culture. I love the Maasai culture. But then it must not go without interrogation to find out culture is not static in itself. It changes, and it actually should change. And even when you look at different cultures the world over, we have certain aspects of the Maasai culture that need to change. And particularly with regard to the life of a girl child in the community, and eventually women. We have had laws in place, but the reality on the ground has not changed. These things are still happening every day. So it is a point in time when we need to say, where have we been going wrong, and where do we need to go back to the drawing board and see how to bring about these changes. I have seen this affecting girls. When you look at my locality, where I come from, I am one of the few women in the community who have had a university degree. And that I highly attribute to these practices. And I like to tell people in my community, and particularly the men, look how far I have come. What if we gave the same opportunity to many other girls in the Maasai community? I think we would be very far.
And do you mind talking about your daughter? How old is she?
Yeah, I have a 7-year-old daughter, very ambitious. She's calling herself a daughter of parliament now. She's an inspiration. And as I fight for girl-child empowerment, I look at my daughter, and what I wish for her is what I wish for those girls. So making sure she has a quality education, making sure that she retains her dignity, as a woman when she grows up, and to make sure that you know, she's protected from meaningless cultural practices that are earmarked for women, and really, like I said, there is no basis for FGM. So I have a practical example of what I want to see in those girls in the community. So she really inspires me, and then whatever it is that I'll be focusing in the community in terms of women empowerment, I have a practical example of what I would like to see those other women looking like in the community.